Welcome! Hi YouTube, it's Alex here with Alex's Creative Life. Today in the workshop I am trying to use an old camp kitchen that I made that used to bolt onto the back of my ute, repurpose that to create a drawer slide which is going to be my new pull-out gas stove on the camper. So I've cut a bit off, sliced it up, I've taken all the rivets out, breaking it up and seeing how I can use those parts again to make the new thing. So it's going well. With a bit of help from the hammer and the anvil, I reckon it's going to work out well and I'm pleased so far. Okay, so this is the idea. There are drawer slides that draw out to have a counter, and then it folds out to have this section here with the gas stove in it. So here I've got my aluminium that needs a bit of work on the old anvil, so I'm just going to give that a good smack with the hammer and beat it out and get those 90-degree angles. So they actually are 90-degree angles. Okay, so this is the cooker, and it needs to fit onto this aluminium plate. So I'm going to cut out a shape which that's going to insert itself into, and that's going to be how it's going to attach to the drawer. So after giving a certain beating, this is looking pretty good and quite square, and it's going to slot inside that. There we go, there it is, slotted inside. That needs to be riveted up and made good. Yeah, so to insert the gas stove into that shape. So this is the cutout where the gas stove is going to lock into place. There's the stove slotted into the aluminium plate. So here I am working on the drawer slide, getting all the various bits together. So quite a lot of detailed measuring and checking that everything's going to fit. So I was checking and I fixed the angle iron first, then I fixed the drawer slides onto the angle iron. Once I was happy with that, I attached the frame, which was an aluminium square box frame, and then a piece of flat aluminium that sat on top of that. So once I had the frame set up and I was happy with the way that was moving, I attached a piece of aluminium angle to the front of that and riveted that on. I think that's what I'm doing now. Maybe? Oh, yes. Here's my glamorous assistant in her Ugg boots and gym jams. So yeah, looking pretty good. So here we go, getting all the drawer slides attached. Everything was square and everything solid. The idea was that I wanted to get as many of these elements fit inside and very slowly rivet them all together until they were all set up. Hey YouTube, it's Sunday morning and I've been having some good progress today. After quite a long week of trying to finish my little camp kitchen unit, it's all sort of come together and I've attached it onto the camper and it's a miracle. It's staying, it's not falling off, and it looks pretty good. Use lots of self-tappers going from the inside into that box, and lots of big sort of decking screws going through the aluminium and then biting into the ply. So it's very good news, and I'll show you how it works. So here's the frame attached to the camper. It's got loads and loads of screws holding in at the back and lots of screws tapping in from the top. What I noticed using these kind of plastic clip locks is when I put the weight of that drawer in, they started to come a little bit undone. But I don't think that's going to be a problem, because when I clad the whole thing in this, framing it up, holding it in with a million rivets, I don't think it can really do that. So hopefully it'll be fine. But also, I'm thinking when I put it on the tray, I'm going to slide some little bits of timber under there just to catch some of that weight, so it doesn't give it extra stress. So I'm really pleased with the way this works. This is going to be a really cool locker with this really clean white aluminium composite panel here, and I just love the way it looks. It's really smart and just sort of factory looking. It's really good. Okay, so I've cut this panel of checker plate, which is going to go onto this frame, which is going to mount flush on the edge of the camper here and be a flipping up door. So that's going to be quite good. And then I've got another piece of checker plate that needs to be riveted on here, which will be next to the gas bottle, so I can continue making this cabinet. It's taken ages to make this cabinet, I think just because it's the first one, but it's getting really close. It's been a bit of a learning curve, but I'm really pleased with the way that it's working. On other updates, I have painted the bed black and drilled a million holes to help the weight. So this opens up and the underside is painted white, and it actually has made quite a bit of difference. So the next step is to tidy up all this area and get these masking tape off, and then screw these boards down, and then this storage area is going to be pretty much complete. My next project, so I've also done some modifications on this water. So I've relocated that water input, which goes under the seat now. It's still poking out in the corner, which is a little bit irritating, but it's okay. I think I can manage, and I'll have to just cut a cushion. That's where the border pump's going to go. So I'm getting prepared now to actually have that water tank functioning, and having the pump ready to start to install. So that's pretty exciting. The other update is, this is the table that came with the camper that was going to lock in between here to make the bed. So there'll be a bed up there and a bed down here. And I'm got a plan to make a really nice surface on this, because I think this ply is a bit ordinary and not very interesting. So I'm going to do a bit of work on making that look really good. So this is sort of the update. I'm getting close to electrics as well. So I've just been down to the electrical supply shop, and I've bought some 6mm cable and some crimps and bits, and I've had 2 exciting deliveries. Look at those guys. So I'm pretty excited to share with you what's in those boxes, but that's not yet. That's the next phase. So yeah, look forward to seeing what's in those mysteries. But for today, it is riveting this box together and making this door work. Then finally that cabinet will be ready. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, that's the update. So the update of this plumbing is that quality control, i.e. me, had another look at it, and there was a massive kink in the bottom which would have stopped all the water. So what I've done here is I've installed a little 90-degree bend, which is going to allow the water to flow with lots of little hose grips holding it on, so the hose clamps are squeezing it tight so it's not going to come apart. Fingers crossed. And it's the same idea here, so it's coming out of that water filler cap down through the seat and then flat straight out into the tank, so it's much cleaner. Okay, YouTube, welcome to today's episode of Alex's Creative Life. This is very cool and exciting today. I have actually finished this locker. It has taken forever, but finally it's done. I've managed to make a latch. It says, and it actually opens, and it actually closes and locks. So I'm stoked about that. So it's all solid, it's all checker, it's all light, and it's got the drawer that pulls right out with the kitchen. The only thing it needs is a little gas strut, just so this pops open, stays open, and a light which will be fed from 12 volt inside. Apart from that, I'm pretty happy with that. Boom. So that's the end of it for now. I'm really pleased with the way the camp kitchen worked out. I think that I'm going to enjoy it. It's working and I'm pleased. So the next job is to get on to getting the bed and the table made inside. I've ordered some cushions and I've got some ideas, and I'm going to make a very thin veneer timber top so it looks kind of smart but still keeping the weight down. So that's the next mission, and then it's back on to outdoor lockers. So yeah, okay, signing off for now. Thanks for watching. Bye.